Just putting the first upright up, divider for the room, hope you can see it. Just a piece of 50 by 25 lath. And I've screwed two pieces together to form a corner. And what I'm doing is using, because obviously you can't use a level on the boat because the boat ain't level, so all we can do is square up off the floor and take measurements. So what I use is a sheet of, you can probably see, a big sheet 8x4 of ply, and then straight edge on the floor, and then put it up to our post, and then as long as it lines up, then we know that this post is square to the floor, and that's the best you can do. That's how we get our posts upright. You can also see I've put a batten right the way down the boat, and I've measured off from the edges to make sure it's square to the walls, and then I'm using my worktop jig square up against here, and then what I'll do is draw a pencil line down this edge, and then we know the room's going to be square as well. There you go, guys. So I've added an extra few lengths of timber, as you can see, screwed some batten into the side of the boat, and obviously I've put a sheet of ply onto the stud work as well, and it's really firm now. It looks it's super solid, so I'm glad that I used this method. Looking good. Let's get on with the rest of it. There you go. You can see I've added a few lengths of CLS. This is going to be the partition, the right hand partition of the shower cubicle. Screwed down to the floor, screwed at the top again, of course. Hey guys, how you doing? Back on the boat, got a brew. Oh, thanks for joining me again. As you can see, I've started the shower cubicle. Fantastic. So obviously we're having an 800 by 900 tray. And obviously you can see that I've started laying it out. Obviously the tray's going to go flat on the floor. I've got to get the waste underneath, and the gulper pump's going behind the partitioning to the right. And again I'm just building the stud into the left, so I'll put you on time lapse, and you can have a look at how that goes. Cheers, guys. So there's the one partition wall of the shower cubicle. So obviously the cubicles go in there, and then the whale pump will be enclosed within this stud in here. And obviously the shower door is going to go from top to bottom, so that's 900 wide by 800 deep. You can see I've reinforced, so some of you might say that it's a bit overkill, but I don't. Obviously this side here has got no support other than when the shower screen's fixed to it, which will firm it up a lot, of course. Well, there you go. Right, let's carry on with a bit more. me neck, you're early, ain't you? You got here before me this morning, crikey, you must be keen, that's all I can say. Right, let's get this shower tray in then, so that's the plan for today. Just after Easter, weather's gone bad again, ain't it? But do you know what, we had a good few weeks over the Easter break, didn't we? So we can't complain too much, let's just hope it comes back pretty quickly, eh? But okay, so today, what I'm going to do, you saw me build the bulkheads, you know, the framework for the bathroom, so that's all done. I ain't lined it yet with ply, but obviously the structure's there. But what I need to do, I need to get the gulper pump in, and the trap, the trap, and I need to get the pipe working, obviously, and put the skin fitting in as well, so we can pump the water out. You saw me put the conduit in, so we can get the cable down, obviously, to feed the gulper pump. And there'll be a switch there, but we'll go through it as we progress. But there's the pipe. So what I've done, so this is 3/4 reinforced pipe. There's the skin fitting on the end. I've only just pushed it in, just loosely. And then what I've done, I've put a piece of 22mm copper into the reinforced 3/4 pipe with a couple of Jubilee clips, and that's going to go into the trap. Let me just show you the trap. Hang on one second. So here's the trap. It's a slimline, it's a low level trap, and it's a pumped waste trap from AKW, and of course it's 90mm. It's a 90mm version, because you can get a smaller version as well, but this is the modern way, of course. So what we've got, instead of it being a conventional trap like you've got on your bath at home, there's no water in this, there's no water seal, because obviously we're not connected to the sewer, so there's no smell going to come back up from the sewer, which is obviously what your water trap's for, in your bath and shower at home. So because we haven't got a direct connection to the sewer, we don't need the water seal. So it's just a pumped waste. It's got a 22mm push fit fitting in it. So obviously what will happen when I'm ready is the copper will go into the push fit, make a good tight seal, and then obviously that connects to the bottom of the shower tray. Shower tray is only 40mm high, flat on the floor, so it is a low level. The benefit of having a pump trap is they're quite low, you see. You ain't got all this depth, and of course we're a little bit restricted on the boat, as we all are, with depth. Once the ballast's in and what have you, you haven't got a lot of room, and I didn't want to take any ballast out, so I opted for the pumped waste, which is fine, no problem with that. So that's that. Then of course what we've got is the gulper. So again, we'll go into more. We'll look at that a little bit more as I start to install it. But that's the job. There you go. So let's crack on with it then. Get a bit done. Right, here we go then. So obviously that's the stud wall for the bathroom. So let's come through the corridor. There's the doorway. Then of course we enter into the bathroom. There's the door, look, there's my feet. There's the partition, what the gulper pump is going to stick, is going to be hidden behind. Basin's going there at the corner, and the toilet will be going there. Right, so obviously the important bit though is that's where the shower cubicle's going. Now you can see what I've done. I've actually cut out in the floor a little trench. Obviously the shower tray is going to sit on top of here now. And then what this allows me to do is ever I have a problem with the trap, I can just grab hold of the pipe and just pull it out like that. There we go. Of course it'll be a little bit of a fiddle, but there you go, it's out. And I can pop it back in there, feed him along. Of course the tray will be in at this point, and there we go. Obviously what I've done, I've pushed the copper pipe now into the fitting, and that's ready to go. The gulper pump, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ply line the back wall behind this studding, and then the gulper pump's going to sit on there. Just drilling the hole for the skin fitting. So this is where the waste's going to exit the boat off the shower tray. So it's a bit long drawn, a bit drawn out, but yeah. So this is where it's going to go. Obviously we've got a hole cutter which is the right size for the skin fitting. So again, just pop the skin fitting in it, and just so you know you've got the right diameter, and drill away. There you go, guys. That's the hole drilled, ready to take the skin fitting. Obviously get all this swarf up because we don't want it to rust, make a mess everywhere. There we go. So I'll go and put a bit of sealer on that now. Then I'll pop it through the hole. Then we can get it all tightened up. Okay guys, so plenty of sealer on there. Use my box spanner. I can't tell whether that's turning or not. We'll see in a sec. That's pretty tight. Get me proper bar. It's tight, that is now. There we go. And then of course the pipe will go onto here. All sealed up nicely. Okay guys, so I've cut a piece of ply just to fit in the bathroom there below the gunnels. I've cut out for the skin fitting, as you can see through. Now what I've done, I left a big access point here so I can get to these Jubilee clips if ever I need to. Right, so I've collected a piece of pipe now, wastes in, and then obviously I'm going to fit the gulper pump to the side bit there. That's why I needed to get the ply lining in first. Okay. So here we are. Here's the tank skin fitting. You can probably see I've put a piece of ply at the back so I can fix the pump to it basically. Is what I'm going to do. So here we go. So here's a whale gulper. That's the one for them of you who've never seen one. So obviously what you've got is obviously the feed from the shower tray goes through here. Feed from the tray goes through there, and obviously pumps it out up this pipe and outside of the boat into the canal. There's 4 legs on here. 1, 2, 3. They are rubber, and that's going to fit here. And then our pipe's going to go into it like that. And our shower tray is going to go into it as well. And that'll be great. Right. So these are the... Obviously there's an electrical connection. I ain't going to do that now, we'll do that a little bit later. So it comes with 4 little screws. Now you've got to put this adapter on because there's a one-way valve in it. So that just screws onto here. Nice and tight. Okay. And then of course we've got to screw it to the wall. So 4 little screws. 4 little screws. Now I do just want to sort of get the best position I can for it. So I still want to try and access it from behind the wall if I can. So if I was to put it there, that'd give us plenty of room. The pipe would just go straight into it. So I think that's as good a place as any. Yeah, that'd be perfect, I think. Okay, let's pop him there. Like I say, there's no hard and fast rule as to where it's got to be positioned. So we'll put him like that. There's one. Trouble when you bite your nails, like I do, you can't pick nothing up off the blooming floor. Okay. So all you can do is eye him up just to get him as square as possible. So this is a 12-volt pump. Remember, when you buy one, if you buy one, you get the 12-volt because they do a 24-volt version of it as well. So get the 12-volt if your boat's a 12-volt, of course. Okay, and that's that. You can turn this pump head round. There is an arrow on it. There's an arrow on it showing you the direction that it has to pump. So obviously it's going to draw from the shower tray to here, and then it's going to pump it out, obviously up here and outside of the boat. So make sure you get the direction correct. You can, under this collar, and you can turn it around if you need to go the other way, so you can flip it round into whatever position you want it to be, and obviously use the electrical tails for when we're ready to wire it up. The pump draws, according to the manufacturer, the pump draws about 2.5 amps when it's running dry, because you can run this pump dry or wet, it won't hurt it. But of course we need to load it up so it's pumping some water. Then what I'll do, I'll put a clamp meter on it and just see what actual current it's drawing, and then once I know what the current draw is when it's operating, then I can select a cable to feed it. But of course I ain't got to that stage yet. So let's just get it in place first. So that's where I wanted it. That's ideal. It's going to be behind the studding. I've just removed the studding just to give me a bit more room to work. So let's go and get a couple of Jubilee clips and let's connect him up. Okay, so there we go. The studding's back in place, as you can see. So the pump will be hidden, of course, behind the studding. That's from top to bottom. Here's the feed. There's the feed for the cables going down here. Obviously down here, wires will pop out here to the pump. It'll all be behind the studding. Of course, we're going to have a switch. So looking at it from this side, so we're going to have a switch here, which is going to operate the extractor fan and switch the gulper pump on for when you have a shower. Okay, so there we go. Obviously there's the trap for the shower tray. Let me just give you a better view of it. And like I say, I've made that trench the way I have, so I can pull it out. I can just, it'll be a struggle, don't get me wrong, I don't intend on taking it out too many times. But it gives me the ability to pull it out. I've only got to disconnect it and just pull it out on the pipe, and if I should have a problem, but I don't think I'm going to have any trouble. But you never know, so at least there's a chance of getting it out and it not being fixed in place. So I'll show you more when the tray's in. So the tray's in place. Obviously I ain't fixed it down yet. I've just put it in loose. So that's where it's going to be, look. And obviously the screen will go across the front. It's in a bad size, to be fair. You know, obviously we've got the shower head. The shower head will be going there. Okay, so just the important bit though, of course, is that's where the trap is. And of course that'll fit just like that when I've screwed it up. And that'll be a job well done. Okay guys, so what I've done quickly, just before I connect up the base pipe, I've got my battery off my golf buggy, and I've just lashed a couple of wires up just to the pump. I know they're both black before anybody says anything, but I've only got black wire, but I have tagged this with a piece of brown tape just to tell me that it's the positive. So this is the pump running. So that's the pump running. Obviously it's running dry. So what I'll do, I just want to quickly put my clamp meter on. So here's my clamp meter. You can see it's reading nothing at the moment. So I'll just quickly pop it on. For those of you who haven't used a clamp meter before, this is how you measure current. So you put it just around one of the cables, i.e. like that. Yep, you can see it's reading 0 just at the minute. The minute we put some power to it, you'll hear the pump run and it'll give us the current that it's drawing. So, like the manufacturer said, running dry, it's pulling about 2.3, 2.2 amps dry. We'll put a bit of water through it after when I've connected it up. And let's see what it draws when we've got a bit of water through it, see if there's any difference. Okay, see you in a sec. Okay guys, what we're going to do, so obviously you can see the shower trays in position. But what I'm going to do, of course, first is to just pop a little bit of sealer on there. La, 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 la. So we're going to stick the tray down with some flexible tile adhesive. But of course, before we do that, we just need to seal. Need to seal the floor. So, just quickly, this is just primer G, it's just a tile primer, made by Mapai, or however you want to pronounce it. It's blue. Right, let's just and all this is for, it seals the floor, binds all the dust together, gives the tile adhesive a good base to stick to. It's also the same liquid you'd apply if you were tanking it. Of course, we ain't going to bother tanking ours because it's in a wet room. It only takes a second to dry. You see it's drying already. Get this from Screwfix, or a lot of tile shops sell it as well, exactly the same. Like I say, all it does, it just binds all the dust together, seals the floor, makes it waterproof. Gives the adhesive somewhat to stick to. Okay. It's drying already now, you can probably see that. Okay guys, we need to give that 10 minutes now to set. Let me just show you this. There we go. So this, I've already mixed it up. See, it's just flexible tile adhesive. Slow set this is. It takes about 24 hours to set, but you can get a rapid set. This is just standard, just a standard set. Okay, so just give that 5 minutes to set. Okay guys, so that's that time to set now. So what we're going to do is give this a little bit of a lift up. Little dabs. evenly spaced. Okay, so there's our dumps. Super job. This is always the fun bit. Shoe there, let's just get that, push it back into the silicon. Okay, just even your gaps up a little bit. Okay. Cup of tea. Okay, that's the tray all sealed round. There we go, pumping away. About 3.3 amps we got to. So there you go, guys. Super duper.